There's a lot of movies right now, man. A lot.
Were you able to watch Venom?
I haven't watched Venom yet. I haven't watched Shang-Chi yet. I haven't watched Immortals yet. I haven't seen any of them yet.
I don't think it's a good copy for any of those except for Venom.
There's a good copy of Venom?
Yeah, that's why I asked you if you watched it. I watched it. You watched it.
I guess I'll be watching it this weekend. Shit.
I don't
Shit.
Personally, I don't think it's as good as
I'm not expecting it to be as good as the first one.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting it to be. The reason I want to see it, and I don't think there's any tie in the movie. Mm-hmm. It's more the end scene. Because Sony does Venom. In the end scene, they tie Marvel into it. Mm-hmm. And then Morbius trailer just came out. Mm. So now Morbius is, again, Sony did it. And I when I saw the trailer, it said Sony production and then something like with Marvel's help. Something like that. Because Morbius then ties into Marvel with Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. So Venom ties into Spider-Man and Morbius ties into Spider-Man.
Which means that they're cooking up something.
Exactly.
Mm. All right.
Which makes sense because as far as I know, after this Spider-Man introduces the multiverse and then they're doing a Sinister Six. And Morbius and Venom is part of the Sinister Six for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I guess they had to go there.
Right.
Yeah. I was never really stoked about the Sinister Six.
I don't get what Venom has against Spider-Man.
Do you want this one?
No, go ahead.
The Venom alien, when it was discovered and brought to Earth, it tried to bond with Peter Parker first. Mm-hmm. And Peter... Yeah, Bond. And Peter Parker got rid of it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the rejection thing.
Okay, so that can play part in the Spider-Man before the Marvel Spider-Man. You remember there was a Spider-Man where they brought...
Venom.
Brought Venom in?
Yeah.
That was before Marvel.
Correct. Sony did all of that.
Right?
Yeah.
So then... Marvel came out with their own Spider-Man. So that's a totally different Spider-Man then, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now they brought Venom in.
So this is still Sony. So because Sony did just a Venom movie.
So this
Marvel has not done Venom.
Okay, so this movie is tied into the old Spider-Man then.
This Venom?
This Venom that I just watched,
right?
Because both of them were Sony, you said, right?
Right.
I could have sworn I saw Marvel big though. But anyway, that's tied into the Sony Spider-Man.
I don't know
from before.
I'm gonna have to watch it to answer that because
from the first Venom to the second Venom,
right?
There's no indication that he even knows who Spider-Man is.
Correct. You're absolutely right. Yes.
But there's something that comes up in the movie that would make you think
yes,
that he knows who
Spider-Man is. Yeah.
I'm going by what I'm seeing from Venom 1 to Venom 2.
Right.
So that's why I'm asking. If it ties into the other one, okay.
Right. Yeah. I see where you're going with it. But I can't answer it because I didn't see that one.
Okay.
So when I see that one, then I could give you an educated answer.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you if Sony has portrayed that Venom has no indication of who Spider-Man is, they fucked up. They didn't do their research. They need to fire their research.
Well, you see, that's the thing, though. So, I think Sony has become smart, and they see how much money Marvel is making off some of the characters that they've been putting out there. So I think they've become smart and say, okay, you know what? Marvel's making more money than when they put shit out and we put shit out. So Marvel's trying so hard to buy all the rights off these characters from Sony. But Sony sees how much money Marvel is making off these characters, so they don't want to sell it. Would you? Would you sell it? I wouldn't sell it. I would partner up with them. But this is what I would do. I would say, you know what? Keep my name in there. Take control of it.
Yeah, broke off a little 20% here and there.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But Sony doesn't want to do that. They still want to put their grubby little paws in there. Like, come on, dude, you failed. Sony, you fucked up. You failed. Give the shit to Marvel.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Where it all started. They're the guys that created the characters in the first place.
So that's what's happening now. Could be all this stuff that's going on. Sony's finally realized they can make the money, so they're partnering up now, and now they're doing their crossover. So if you're whatever you're talking about, you could be right, and they finally tied it in.
So I didn't know all that Sony and Marvel stuff, right? But now that you're mentioning it, the only thing I could think of is that even though this is the first Venom, it ties into the Spider-Man from before Marvel.
Right.
So it ties in before, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, how does he know?
Which it should.
How does he know Spider-Man? Like, there's no indication in the movie that
you know Spider-Man.
Yeah,
right.
and then all of a sudden it seems like he knows him.
Again, which it should tie in because Sony made that Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Sony made Venom. So and Venom is a Spider-Man villain. So hell yeah, he should know him. So you're absolutely right. And again, that's where the Sinister Six comes in. Right? But again, Sony couldn't do the Sinister Six because they don't have the rights to the Goblin.
Doc Ock.
They don't have the rights to Doc Ock.
To who?
Dr.
Octopus. Doc Octopus. Doc Ock.
I didn't just make it up, Mark.
Oh,
I'm not being perverted
you
right now.
Really did. You really did. You really did. You made that shit up. Okay, because I've never heard that shit before.
Right? But Sony has Sandman. Sony doesn't have the rights to Shocker. Right? So there's so many characters that Sony doesn't have the rights to.
So Marvel still has the rights to those.
Marvel has the rights to those guys.
How
So
did Marvel lose the rights to their own characters? I don't understand.
to be honest with you, Spider-Man was never Marvel. Spider-Man was never Marvel never owned Spider-Man.
What?
Hold on. Okay, so
Are you going to go on the
we might have to
record and
talk
say
about
that?
Because
Are you willing? You gonna look straight in the
Sony
camera?
never owned Spider. I mean, Marvel never owned Spider-Man.
How is that?
Spider-Man is Stan Lee's like prize.
See,
Creation.
but the thing is, but again, you also have to understand when all this movie shit came out, Marvel wasn't big.
It doesn't matter.
They weren't, but Sony bought the rights to Spider-Man.
Okay,
that's
so
why all the movies were Sony. So that's why I say Marvel didn't have the rights to Spider-Man.
No, yeah, but you made it seem like they never had the rights from the beginning.
No, but you also have to remember, Stan Lee wasn't Marvel.
What?
Stan Lee didn't create Marvel.
So when I saw those comic books and I saw Spider-Man, episode 1, book 111, and I saw Marvel there, you're telling me that wasn't Marvel? What was I seeing?
No, Marvel
Stan Lee
didn't.
worked for Marvel.
Exactly. Marvel didn't own it. Stan Lee owned it. That's how Sony got their paws on it. Because Marvel didn't own it. Stan Lee owned it.
I'm not even sure if Stan Lee owned it. Stan Lee created
He created it, but
Like most of the characters that we see right now are from him.
from him, but Marvel didn't own it. They were using it, but they didn't own it.
Oh, okay.
Right? So at the point when everyone wanted to put it out there in movies, Marvel wasn't creating movies or TV shows. I mean, they were doing their small little soft stuff, but in the movie world, Sony said, "You know what? I'll pay you this to create the movie, but I have the rights to it." And so he said, "Okay," because he got the money for it. Right? But I think the way
So it was his characters. He's the one that sold off the rights to Sony.
to Sony,
And now
right?
Sony's like, Marvel's like, yo, send it back on this side.
Right. So I think now that the reason Marvel and Sony's getting into the picture, I think a lot of the contracts that Sony signed are all expiring. So now Sony's getting their grubby little paws in. I mean, Marvel's getting their grubby little paws in there. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But so the way I think Sony's doing the right thing and partner and making Marvel do what they need to do with the characters, man. Because Sony ain't doing shit with them. Whoever's producing them movies at Sony without Marvel, they need to be fired. Let Marvel do their thing, man.
Let them do what they do best.
Yeah, man.
Maybe DC needs to do the same thing and partner up with like Lionsgate or something,
It's at Lionsgate.
or like Paramount or something. Maybe they can.
You know what? When you said Lionsgate, what's the first movie that pops into your head when you say Lionsgate? The Wolverine versus Hulk series? Did you see the Wolverine versus Hulk, Wolverine versus Thor?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
not
the
Wolverine,
cartoon.
the Hulk versus Thor? Yeah,
Yeah, I think I saw some of that. Yeah.
That's Lionsgate?
it's Lionsgate.
Yeah, but that's Marvel.
Yeah, I know, but when you said Lionsgate, that's the first thing that popped into my head.
Oh.
So
Even
like,
Lionsgate had sense not to go to DC. Because, yo, keep your characters over there, yeah? We'll pay 10 times more to come over on this side.
Can't wait to see you dressed up as a DC character for Halloween.
Never know, it might happen. I mean, it is Halloween.
So you saying people are gonna be scared that it happened?
I thought he was going to say, like, there's a different version of clown that he's going to dress up as. So which DC clown is it going to
I
be?
actually might dress up as a Black Batman.
We already have one of those in
Yeah,
Brampton.
we already have a Brampton Black Batman. What don't we do? We don't need another one.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, lots of times.
Have you driven beside his car?
Lots of times.
That shit is funny, man. What am I seeing here?
So, you know, sometimes when I see him, I think it's Dean. Because I don't see Dean when I see him.
I was at a function. Had a gala.
Oh man, no, I give him respect as a human being, man. But he can't be tussling with gods and stuff like that and aliens. You can't. Come on, it can't work, man. Wonder Woman is a god. Superman's an alien. Come on, you can't be tussling with them. You can hang out with them. You can't tussle with them, man. As long as you guys are friends, everything is good. But the minute one of them get vexed, it's done. Am I right or am I wrong? Honestly.
I'm seeing all kinds of movies where regular human beings are roughing up aliens all the time. Sigourney Weaver, roughing up aliens.
That's different. That's
Tom Cruise roughing up aliens.
That's
And
different.
what was that movie where he kept on repeating the same day over and over again?
Groundhog Day?
No,
Groundhog Day. Oh,
Lord,
shit.
that is Bill Murray, boy. Oh my God. From the 70s.
What?
It was, what was that movie?
I know what you're talking about, man. But that, you gotta remember, that's different.
Regular human beings roughing up aliens.
Okay, so based on the characters.
Rick
so,
and Morty?
So, hold on.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Based on the characters, Superman is an alien. Am I correct?
Correct, yes.
Correct, yes.
So if you were to throw him into a pit with aliens and the other aliens from War of Worlds, who would come out on there?
Superman.
War of the Worlds. Oh,
Because
those...
you said what's his name? What's his name? Tom Cruise is messing with aliens too, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't the War of the Worlds movie. It was something else.
Oblivion.
That was a good one too, but no. Something about tomorrow. Tomorrow is in the description.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Days of Tomorrow.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. Tussling with aliens, man. The only reason they won is because he got bun up by one that gave him the ability to
It spewed on him.
relive the day. Yes, exactly.
A few moments later.
We deal with aliens all the time.
And you're saying taking a shot will mess up your stomach, and you just see how much you just poured there?
No, I didn't see how much I poured. It's Friday. It's Sunday. Sunday.
And there you have it. Mark, Junior, and Dean. We out.